Happy Yule. I hope you guys are having a really nice closure of your year so far. For me, it's been constant, busy, and go. It's been really hard to find any time to rest. Today it is December 25th for me in the morning. I haven't called my parents yet. I kind of like to have like early Christmas mornings to myself. Even when I was a kid, I used to do that. Mostly because my parents wouldn't wake up till later, which now that I'm getting older, I understand. But today we are going to migrate, start up a brand new bullet journal. Let's get trekking so I can finish waking up and call my parents and wish them the holiday cheers. And also so we can watch really bad Christmas movies like Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which is, of course, a tradition in my family. I feel like that explained a lot about who I am as a person to you guys in only one sentence. You guys didn't need that information. Off the bat, we start with my name page and the key. So I really don't like wasting any space or room in journals. One of my major problems is overcrowding my journal, and it's something I'm going to try to work on this year. But I couldn't help myself. I really just wanted the key to be like right at the top. I haven't used a key prior because I didn't need to. I didn't really use a lot of symbols, but over time, in my last journal, in the last, I would say 2 months, I think, I started writing symbols for the different aspects of my life because I was just getting tedious to rewrite those sectors over and over again. So the symbols are actually a little faster. I also do have the tasks and completed and canceled symbols because I mentioned in my last video, my reflections video, which I will link in the cards up above, that I really feel like I need a space for day logs. Not dailies, because dailies kind of implies every single day, and I do not have the capacity to do this every single day. There are some days where I just click into survival mode, so no. I wanted a space where I could do day logs if I needed to. So with that comes a few symbols, and I've already been using symbols like this in my creative journal, so they're not symbols that I will need to reference very often. But just because sometimes I doubt myself and doubt my memory, I've got it here just in case, but I'm probably not going to use it, so it's right at the beginning. Another page I went ahead and set up that I probably won't reference a ton is the index. Most of my stuff is pretty chronological, so the index just doesn't get used very often. But I have it here. It's on the page that's kind of wonky because it's a glued part of the page. A lot of people don't even use this one, but I hate wasting pages, so lo and behold, it got used. There is this blank spot right next to it, and I'm going to keep it blank just in case I need to have extra notes about placement or threading or anything like that. I'll just slop it in there, I guess. But for now, it'll remain blank. Then I have my word of the year and a quote. Word of the year for me, when I was thinking about it, I actually landed on the word expansion. I had a real problem with spacing of the letters. Surprising no one, but that's okay. And the quote is, "The fears we don't face become our limits," by Robin Sharman. I have really used that one quite a lot over the last couple months. I'm really trying not to cave to a lot of my fears and anxieties, and instead move forward regardless of whether or not I'm scared of something. The next page is my intentions page, and this is where a lot of those symbols come in. They're different sectors of my life, such as writing, my craft, friendships, social media, etc. I do have a space for highlights where I aim to put my top 3 that I definitely want to be doing. And I can already tell you that the very first one, which is priority 1 for next year, is going to be editing my novel I just finished last year. I am committed to doing that. I have a massive project I'm going to be launching that follows that editing process, and it is called Mel, and I have a trailer launching in a couple days from now, like in 2 days from now. And then I have a whole video that is going to start up in January that will explain the whole process. So if you want to join me on my journey or even edit alongside of me, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you're notified when that video goes live. It is a massive undertaking. I've never tried to tackle this big of a project before. Most of my editing that have been completed are like short stories. This is the first time I'm tackling something this big. Okay, my next page, I'm actually really proud of how it turned out. It looks really, really nice, but I went ahead and did a lunar overview. I do track moon phases and utilize them in a lot of planning, so I really wanted to make sure I had it all together in one place, because I usually end up using like an app or something on my phone, but the app is kind of hard to read, honestly. But something like this actually allows me to see it faster. So the little chart of new moons and full moons off to the side, I'm not super fond of. I think in the future I'll have to do that in a different way. But it's okay, it's fine. But I'm overall really proud of how this turned out. It looks really nice, and it'll be a really good quick reference guide. This is one of those things though that, because this is the first time I'm using it, whether or not I migrate anything is, we'll see. I feel like if I'm going to migrate anything over next time, I'm going to use a different layout, slightly different layout. I'm going to modify it a little bit. Next spread, I went ahead and created my tarot reading spread. This year, I'm only going to be pulling 1 card per month. Last year, for some bizarre reason, I decided to do far larger readings, and I ended up, quite frankly, not utilizing those readings. They were too big. It was too much information. And although when I do take the time to sit down with some and like look back on some of them and reflect, they were accurate. It's just way too much information, and I just don't need that much information this far in advance. I really don't. So I'm only going to be doing 1 card a month, and that card will end up being kind of like an overall kind of card. So yeah, we're going to do that. Next up is my event master list. So this is mostly going to be, and this is the Alistair method, and this is mostly going to be used for birthdays, like actual events. So I'm not going to put every single thing in my calendar on here. As you can see, I've got it set up for every single month of the year. That's because this is just so I don't forget really important things that'll happen at random months. So when I do set up a month, I can look back here to see if there's a major event that's happening. So like a birthday, maybe something I had to go to for work, for example, visa stuff, that kind of thing. That's going to go in here, so I definitely don't forget it. They're for major things, not the little everyday things. Like going to get coffee with a friend does not end up here. That's just, it's too small of a thing. So it's, this is just for the big stuff and seasonal. And then after that, we just got our notes. It's pretty straightforward, not too many pages, but I tried to give myself space to actually have room to write without everything being cramped, which was a problem I had in my last journal. I mean, I got through it, but a lot of my spreads were a wee bit cramped. I don't plan to migrate very much of this into a new journal, to be honest with you. This journal, a lot of people say this lasts you around 6 months, and that's consistent, even across different creators. So I'm guessing this probably will last around 6 months for me, maybe. But I will not be migrating very much to anything out of this into the new journal. What I plan to do is at 6 months, I'll be far enough into the year that I can reevaluate all of my goals. There is a lot I want to accomplish next year, and I'm really excited to get started. I've already been pre-writing in my head I already know some of the issues with some of my characters and how I want to start addressing that. I'm so excited about Mel. I'm so excited to do this. Hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season. I hope you guys are eating good food and being with people you love, or able to contact people you love today. I hope you're watching corny movies, because those are the best holiday movies, or the corny ones. Happy holidays, y'all.